A very good morning and welcome to this morning edition of Years 101's Visual Radio. Today is the 5th of August 2024, Monday, and today is the start of a fresh new week. So before we take a look at our news in detail, let's take a look at our headlines first.
News First headline.
Postal voting applications deadline approaches for 2024 presidential election. Election Commission summons media heads. Sri Lankans unaffected amid renewed protests in Bangladesh. In international headlines, Bangladesh clashes and 90 killed in anti-government protests. And in your sports, Sri Lanka's Arnadarshana creates history at the Paris Olympics. And now taking a look at your top local story this morning. As the clock ticks down, the Election Commission announced that today, the 5th of August, marks the final day for submitting postal voting applications related to the upcoming presidential election. The Election Commission requested that those who have not applied for postal voting yet to visit their designated district election office before midnight to submit the application. The 2024 presidential election is scheduled for the 21st of September. A total of 14 candidates have deposited the required security money, and among them, 8 represent recognized political parties, while 5 are from other political parties or independent candidates. On the 15th, from 9 a.m. to the 11:30 a.m., nominations will be accepted. If you're wondering whether you are registered, you can visit the Election Commission website on www.elections.gov.lk and select your preferred language. Then proceed with entering your national ID number and registration district to confirm your voter status. In more local news, in preparation for the upcoming presidential election, the Election Commission has summoned the heads of all media organizations for an important meeting today. Chairman of the Election Commission, RML Ratnayaka, said that the media organizations have been called to discuss various aspects of the impending election. In addition to the morning session with media heads, Ratnayaka confirmed that key government officials will also convene at the Commission this afternoon. The Secretary of the Ministry of Mass Media, the Director General of Government Information, and the head of the state media are expected to participate in this afternoon's discussions. And we're still in local news. The High Commission of Sri Lanka in Bangladesh, in a statement regarding the ongoing protests in Bangladesh, said that despite the unrest, Sri Lankans residing in the country have not been affected. According to official reports, nearly 2,500 Sri Lankans are in Bangladesh. However, the High Commission emphasized that the Sri Lankan community as a whole remains safe. Among the Sri Lankans in Bangladesh, there are currently 9 students pursuing higher education. 8 of these students are residing in Chittagong Medical College hostels, while the remaining student is safely staying with relatives in Dhaka.
International news.
And now taking a look at your international news for this hour. At least 90 people were killed in Bangladesh yesterday amid worsening clashes between police and anti-government protesters. The unrest comes as student leaders have declared a campaign of civil disobedience to demand that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina step down. 13 police officers were killed when thousands of people attacked a police station in the district of Sirajganj. The student protest started with a demand to abolish quotas in civil service jobs last month, but has now turned into wider anti-government movement. The total death toll since the protest movement began in July now stands at over 280. A nationwide overnight curfew has been in place since 6 p.m. yesterday. The UN's Human Rights Chief, Volker Turk, called for an end to the shocking violence and urged restraint from Bangladeshi politicians and security forces. He expressed particular concern over a mass march planned in Dhaka today, warning of a risk of further loss of life and wider destruction.
Sports news.
have more updates on the sports arena this morning. Now, despite managing to tie the first ODI, Sri Lanka defeated India by 32 runs in the second ODI in Colombo. After winning the toss in the second ODI match against India at Colombo on the 4th of August, that is yesterday, Sri Lanka posted 240 after losing 9 wickets. For Sri Lanka, Avishka Fernando scored 40 runs, Dunit Velalage smashed 39 runs, and Kamido Mendes hit 40 runs. Chasing a target of 241 runs, India could hardly manage to score 208 runs and were bowled out in 42.2 overs. With this win, Sri Lanka led the 3-match ODI series by 1-0. For India, skipper Rohit Sharma scored 64 of 44 balls, while Akshar Patel scored 44 of 44 deliveries. Now, meanwhile, Sri Lanka wonderman Jeffrey Vandersay did some real magic by clicking 6 wickets, while Charita Solanka picked up 3 wickets. Jeffrey Vandersay became the player of the match. And with that, we wrap up this morning edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. I'm Hashini Pathirana. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more of the very latest.